Welcome to today's episode of Cooking for Kyle. On today's menu, we have a special vegan treat. We have beef goulash, German style, with roasted broccoli.
I don't think that's vegan.
What we're going to use is some Whitaker beef chuck roast. As with all of Whitaker Beef's products, this is vegan certified. Just picked it up from Jim Gardner about 15 minutes ago.
No!
I'm pretty sure he said it was vegan certified, and I'm gonna use the sous vide. I had to fill it up with the nozzle because we have a rat infestation today. So, what up? Let's see, that's Julius, right? Woohoo! So we're going to put it into a bag. This is riveting television. Seal that off, push most of the bag underwater. We're gonna set this for a little bit lower temperature, 135, and hit play. And we'll come back and pick this up in about 24 hours.
That are glowing or smoking, you want to stamp those out before the fire starts again.
With drive-through testing and a decisive government, South Korea has been praised as the global gold standard. Plastic gloves, all part of the process.
Something I've never seen before. The CEO of Second.
At night, the jungle canopy comes alive with fantastic beasts.
So it's been about a day now, 24 hours or so, maybe 27 hours. This is our chuck roast, pulling it out of the sous vide.
These two companies as smartphone rivals. American ensuring that we see the potential for smartphones to help people. This is
So that's our onions and our garlic sauteing on the stove. Add the leftover red juice, the meat broth, to our onion garlic mixture. And then we're gonna cut up our meat into strips, which we'll dice down and put into our broth mixture. So I wanted to show you how I cut this up, but and so I did it in time-lapse mode, but unfortunately I accidentally put it in slow motion, so I don't think I'm going to include that entire clip. It'll probably be like 6 minutes long. But anyhow, isn't this gorgeous? Just look at that sous vide beef. Like, I can hardly believe it's vegan. It's so tasty.
What is wrong with you?
Dave, you have a problem. So you need this to be sort of, you need to make like kind of a brothy gravy kind of thing here. And there just wasn't enough in that bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of cups of water. And this stuff works really well. It's called Better Than Bouillon. It's basically some stock. So I'm going to put a big tablespoon of that stuff in there. That's a beef flavoring. Kind of makes a broth when you mix that with water. Makes a beef broth, and we'll dissolve that in. And then just about any time I make anything with like a beef broth base, I'm going to add like 3/4 of a cup of red wine. It's a Pinot Noir. We have, and fill it with hot water. This is going to be for the Spaetzel. Put that on high heat. Seriously, this is chuck roast. This is like not fine meat, but it tastes just like, it tastes like a ribeye. So tender, juicy. Still vegan.
No, no, no!
And then we're gonna get some vegetables going here. I got some frozen broccoli, and I got the oven preheating at 475, 450, I said 450. And we're gonna get this set up. Now we're going to get our KitchenAid mixer and start working on the Spaetzel noodles. We're going to start with 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Go ahead and mix the dry ingredients up. Make a little well in the middle. Milk. Stick 1/4 cup of melted butter, and then we're going to put our dough hook on, and we're going to let that mix for a while. Coming over here and checking in on the sauce while that food processor, while the mixer is going, and you can see that it's gotten hot, it's steamy, it's bubbling, and I could put my meat in now, but it's such a nice medium rare right now that I want to maintain that. I don't want to overcook it, so I'm gonna just get this hot and dump that meat in right at the end. I'm gonna add a little bit of, I haven't really seasoned this at all. Add some pepper, add some salt also. You want to make Spaetzel yourself, you've got to have a special tool. It's a little bit like a cheese grater, except it's not sharp, and it's got this little loading zone. So what you're going to do is take this, set it on top of your boiling pot of water, and then we're going to go get the dough, and we'll see what we do next. So I'm going to get my batter ready, and just to kind of make it a little bit easier to deal with, I'm going to put it into this smaller measuring cup. Pour the batter into the little receptacle, and then we're going to run a little, make it from this side. Let's see. Oh shoot, don't want that to happen. Gotta keep it above the water, there we go. And so, as we run this across, the batter is going to fall through the holes, making little dumpling noodles. And so you just kind of run it back and forth and back and forth. And if it stops coming out, we need to add more batter. And then make sure that it's nice and stirred up so they don't clump together in there. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the batter. These come out as basically like little either thick little noodles or tiny little dumplings, whichever way you like to think about it. If you like dumplings, call them dumplings. If you prefer noodles, call them tiny fat noodles. Shoot, I did it again. Stop doing that. Silly me. Alright, I think about all my batters out. So I'm going to kind of let those sit in there for just a couple of minutes. Make sure that temperature stays on high. So it's been a couple of minutes. These only take a couple of minutes to get completely cooked. We're going to pour it out through a colander in the sink. Just like you would like macaroni noodles or something like that. And check out the water. Okay, now, and so I'm going to get a little bit of cornstarch, maybe about 1.5 to 2 teaspoons. That was a tablespoon, so just add just enough water in there to get it wet. Spoon and get it all dissolved and not clumpy. Now we're going to pour that starch into the broth. That's going to thicken it up. And meanwhile, we'll put our beef in. Again, if you were going to just overcook your meat, you could have put this in here a long time ago. You could have skipped the whole sous vide step and had this just simmering all day if you'd wanted. Yeah, look at that. Every time I taste this, I'm like, I cannot believe this is vegan.
No, no, no!
So upon looking at it, I decided that my sauce to noodle ratio was a little bit low. So I'm gonna add a couple more cups of water. We're gonna thicken it up here in a minute. And another spoon of that bouillon stuff. Now that we can see it starting to bubble up a little bit, we know it's hot again, and we'll add a little bit more thickener. This time we'll have thick gravy and we'll have more of it. We will go ahead and pour our Spaetzel into the sauce. Stir it around a bit, and we are just about ready. A little bit more fluidy than I'd like. I'm gonna add another teaspoon of cornstarch. Thicken this up a bit. Out of the oven, nice and crisp. A little bit over. Maybe should have taken it out a few minutes early, but I think it'll be good. Now for the most important part of the meal, the plating. So you take a ladle or spoon or something like that, and you put it onto a plate. Now you could use a bowl if you decide that that gravy is running too much. You could use a bowl if you prefer, and then get a spatula to put some broccoli on there. And we're finished. Our vegan meal is done.
There are people who use words, and you're just shaking your head because you don't think they have a clue what they're actually saying. And that is you, my friend.
What do you think, Veronica? Is that true?
Sure, it's vegan. What is wrong with you?